How important was ground redevelopment at Taunton to building more pubs on seats?
In the cricket environment, I think actually the 2020 form was something that really helped that. So it created a different product and something quite exciting. Again, Taunton as a venue was relatively unique because anybody coming from the south had to kind of come past Somerset. So it had a very strong base to work from. But the ground redevelopment certainly helped. It gave a number of different opportunities, which were potentially something that was exciting to a clientele. The team on the pitch performed, which helps that. And again, there are maybe some of those opportunities we could look to bring in. I'm not saying we play cricketers, but there's maybe some of the there's some developments in there that might be of interest.
I mean, don't discount it. Our football team play a cricket game every year. And
absolutely.
In where is it?
The manager could well have been playing for Somerset at one stage. His career gone a different way.
He's a mean batsman, our manager.
I've heard.
I imagine you're quite aware of the ground redevelopment plans here at St James's Park. So is that something that you're going to be strongly looking at as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm conscious of the position. I don't know the fine details at the moment, but I'm looking forward to getting into that. And it's clearly something that can be a big benefit to the club. And I think as long as we do it in the right way at the right time, then it should deliver some real positives. And I think that again is something that I think everybody would state there are areas of the ground that could do with some help, but delivering the finances in order to do that is putting the jigsaw together.
Right. Okay. Any other generals?
What do you think sort of like the key is to having success on the field, but maintaining sustainability for the football club, making sure there is an Exeter City in 10 years' time?
Controlling the budgets for me, there's we can always go out there, you can always buy somebody else, you can always get another player. It's working very closely with Paul, who I think has been an excellent manager for a number of years, and it's making sure that you've got consistent plan and control of the finances in order to do that. Again, at the moment, there's been some really good work in terms of budgets and income, so that the club can know where it is, know what it's going on, and hopefully I can bring something to that will enable those budgets to change a little bit, that we can develop the income and be in a slightly more sustainable position that allows us to put back into what's on the pitch that then reflects for the fans who want to come and watch.
I mean, our first mantra is we live within our means. Yeah. Item 1, 2 and 3, we live within our means. And you look at Saturday, we played a team, we beat a team, we're playing very well, a team whose owner had put £10 million into the club in recent years. So it's not always about throwing money at teams and things. Sometimes it's about, I think the choice of manager is probably more important than the budget.
It actually adds in terms of focus. I'm actually got a meeting on Monday if somebody's interested in doing pre-seasons for next year and for the year after. Now that's something I wouldn't even contemplate in getting involved in, or having that meeting on Monday and spending probably a couple of hours with the guy if Guy hadn't been on the way. It's just something I couldn't start to. So in terms of being able to improve the football side, to maintain the pre-season is a huge part of what we do. That's something I've been putting off for a while, but with Guy's imminent arrival, I'm more confident in that, so that I can start to follow that through. So it brings advantages in both directions.
So an increase in capacity, which Guy should do his job, but also brings Julie to do some of his things more thoroughly, because he's, as I say, he had this job which was asking too much. Really good job.
So what will it mean for your next 100 days, actually, or looking forward?
Oh, just making sure I get him up to speed, so there's nothing he doesn't know about, and really I suppose that is exactly it. This is actually quite a complex business. When you come with it, there's certainly a lot of people out there that think it could be run by one man with his dog. I promise you, at least 2 dogs are needed in a situation. But no, seriously, it's a huge task. It's multifaceted. There's so many people and so much interest in what goes on. So my job is to make sure that Guy's got a full understanding of all of that, that there's nothing under that he steps into some kind of, 10 years of experience has given me just that. You can't buy that. So I've got to pass that on. Well, Guy has a level of experience in an area that I don't. We put those two things together, and I'm very excited about the opportunity that does make that 100 days. Then afterwards, something that's really focused, which we haven't done before. So put the background of my knowledge of the football for, well, actually 15 years here, 10 in 2.5 in this position, so I pretty much know what there is to know. I pass that on as fast as I can. Put that together with the knowledge that Guy has, because he's a specialist in an area that I'm not, and I'd like to think that we could work together and improve it across the board. So I see a huge number of gains, allowing him to have an opportunity to do something, and also allowing us to improve the football in the community. The Centre of Excellence needs, whilst it's going exceptionally well, it didn't happen on its own. That's 15 years of work. Paul always says 10, but 15 years of work that needs to go. We need to make sure that stays, because everybody's trying to improve. That everybody's crawling over each other in football, and you take your eye off take the eye off the ball for a moment, and then people will be on your patch. Or at the moment we're pushing out to Plymouth, we're pushing into Yeovil, we're pushing it. Because that makes the bottom of the pyramid better on the football side. That doesn't happen on its own. That is a huge, huge operation, which I've sort of left Simon alone for 2.5 years to. That was our plan. We did a 5-year plan. He achieved that. Now he's been left alone. Same with Jamie. We did exactly the same. So somebody needs to get back there and make sure that operation, which is now becoming huge, becoming recognised. It didn't happen by accident. And both those boys, once they'd had a plan put in place, which is what I was a large part of. 2.5 years ago, is now they've achieved that really quickly. Now we need to get back in there and make sure that doesn't all get top heavy. So there's a lot to do, and I'm actually really excited about getting back into not only those areas that interest me, but also the areas that I think will underpin what Guy's doing, community-wise. That's why people want to actually, be part of the club, because of what's going on across. So it's my job to make sure that base underneath, that bottom of that pyramid stays strong and organised for the future, and I get on with the rest.